Okay. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I am your Dragon God of Gaming, Damian-D-Dragon, and welcome back to the Gaming News, where I run down the list of all the games news, facts, rumors, trivias, and everything coming out the gaming industry this week. Today, we have two stories. Today, I'm going to be reading one verbatim and one from a script. One is having to do with Elden Ring, and one that has to do with the latest Final Fantasy. I'm not going to be reading it all, though, so just be wary of that. Anyway, let's get this started, and let's just get the show on the roll, shall we? Okay. First piece of news for today. Elden Ring. Yes, Elden Ring is a big hit since its release last month with nearly 12 million copies sold. But it is not going to stop if From Software has anything to say about it. From Software has went on record to tell its fans to look forward to more Elden Ring as an IP, which means expanding beyond the realm of games into more like movies, TV, merchandise, and more. This is a statement from Yasao Miyakawa, the president and CEO of Bandai Namco, and they said this, and I quote, "Much effort was placed into creating Elden Ring so that we could exceed the expectations of our fans worldwide. In like manner, we will continue our efforts in expanding the brand beyond the game itself and into everyone's daily life." So, what do you think is the next step for Elden Ring? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I have a lot to say about that. Elden Ring is, well, the next form that you could possibly do for a game like Elden Ring is probably a movie or TV series, if not merchandising. Why? Because it is a big game. Everyone's gonna want this big game. So what's the best point of contention? Make some merch around it. And then I would say merchandise, then it's a movie and then TV show, yada 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 yada. But the natural progression, I feel, is merchandise first. But it's cool that it's cool that they are still gonna be using the Elden Ring IP, and I hope that it's gonna maintain its popularity as time rolls on. But again, let me know what you guys think. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece of news for the day. Final Fantasy. The latest Final Fantasy did come out a while ago, and I hope everything is running smoothly for it. But this is coming from Bloomberg.com, and this is written by Jason Schreier. So I'm going to read this, and I'm going to give my opinions on it. So here it is. Some video games are appealing because they have intricate stories, deep characters, and serious plots. Others are fun for the opposite reason. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, a new game in the long-running franchise from Japanese publisher Square Enix Holdings Co., is deeply confusing and incoherent. The characters all have vacant stares. The soundtrack bounces from remix versions of orchestral Final Fantasy music to croning tunes by Frank Sinatra. The dialogue reads like a children's book with half of the pages ripped out. Yeah, I must confess that I've enjoyed every minute of the approximately 10 hours I've spent with the game so far. There's something undeniably charming about the messiness of it all. It's silly and fun to play. Final Fantasy is one of the biggest video game franchises in the world. It has sold more than 164 million copies in 35 years since its debuted, and is now up to its 16th mainline installment. I grew up with the series and have always had a special place in my heart for its quirky stories. They are convoluted and difficult to follow, involving clones, magical beings, and the comprehension of time, and they've never been quite this disastrous. Oh boy. The newest game, a spin-off developed by the Japanese studio Team Ninja, is an action game and sort of reimagining of the first Final Fantasy, hence the origin. It combines the action of Team Ninja's Neo series with the trappings of old Final Fantasy games. You hack and slash your way through monsters from familiar series while swapping between characters classes such as Black Mage and Pugilist. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin stars a muscled, gruff protagonist named Jack, At the very beginning of the game, Jack says he is seeking to kill something and someone named Chaos. It's not clear why Jack wants to kill Chaos, only that he must do it. My mission is to kill Chaos, he declares upon meeting 2 other characters. Then they all exchange fist bumps and agree to spend the rest of their lives together. The game only grows less comprehensible from there. Stranger of Paradise belongs in the rare echelon of so bad it's good entertainment, like Tommy Wiseau's classic film The Room or most Sonic the Hedgehog games. Of course, it helps that the action is entertaining and the bosses are challenging. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, it's also enjoyable to see the game's interpretation of some classic settings and music. But be warned, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy origin story is truly a mess. Okay. With that cleared, let me first say that I have never picked up a Final Fantasy game. It's weird, isn't it, that I do this for a living, and yeah, I have never picked up Final Fantasy. I am going to be picking up Final Fantasy sometime on my own channel, so if you guys want to go check that out, please and thank you. But, with that being said, Final Fantasy has always been convoluted, nonsensical, and the plotline just does not fucking work. I've never understood the whole Final Fantasy games. Like, if I can't understand what fucking title goes where and when, I have no idea where the fuck you guys are going. Like, that's kind of my problem with the games. That is absolutely my problem with the game. I have no idea, you know, the cohesiveness of the narrative, where anything goes, you know, what characters do follow, what's the main character, what's not the main characters. I don't understand, you know, the timeline of events. I don't understand why these characters do why. I don't understand how things are plotted out. I don't know, you know, where things are supposed to go and how the story is supposed to progress from one game to another. I don't fucking understand. That's kind of why I didn't pick up Final Fantasy to begin with, and that's kind of what bothers me the most. I want to like the Final Fantasy franchise. I like Kingdom Hearts. It is a really good game, but I can understand where each and every game goes. Well, Final Fantasy, I could go 13, 12, 5, 7, 6, 8, 1, 2, you know, 4, and then back up to about 18. I have no fucking idea where everything goes. It is fucking unsensical. And that's the problem. That's the problem with me. But if you guys like Final Fantasy, then hey, that is how it is. I'm not going to say the game is fucking bullshit, but I'm just saying I can't get into a series if I do not know the storyline of events. You know what I mean? So it's not uncommon for me to hear that a Final Fantasy game could be a mess. So hopefully, maybe that it'll have a better time somewhere in the near future. We don't know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys joining on me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Down in the description down below is all of our lovely and beautiful content creators. Go check them all out. They are a lovely bunch of coconuts, and I can guarantee you, if you guys like my stuff, I can guarantee you guys are going to like theirs. So go check them all out. Also, while you're at it, subscribe, please and thank you. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you guys so much. But until then, good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you dragonlings back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian Dragon action. Peace.